up guys, my name's Charlie Murray, I'm from the Specialized Enduro Team, and today we're going to have a look at my pro stage run from Loudenvielle 2022. This was round 8 of the EWS, and in this stage I managed to finish in 3rd place, so I was really happy with my run. A few little mistakes that we're going to dissect and have a look at, but mostly it was a really good run, and yeah, excited to share it with you guys. Okay, so here we are in the start gate, talking to the marshal, kind of some deep breaths, squeezing the brakes, really nervous at this point, just trying to get myself into a good headspace. Countdown's going down now, we've got 13 seconds left, and you can hear a few deep breaths there. Headspace is so important, especially for these pro stage days, because it's just one run, everything counts. So I clip in before the start, bit of extra speed, and then stand still, sprint off the line, down to this grassy section. You're just pumping, trying to generate maximum speed straight away. There's my mechanic on the right hand side, Tom Pryor, hugging the tape, and then coming onto this road and staying clipped in just so I can get on the pedals coming off the road and just keep that speed going. But this is a little bit awkward, this first bit, and then you got to squeeze through the trees here past this rock just coming up on the right hand side there. So it feels like you're going quite slow, but once you're in the open here, you let the brakes off, you just let it run. You got these fun corners, they have plenty of catch, and the dirt was perfect up there. In the woods it was a bit more slippery because it had been raining. So I'm kind of braking a bit now. I know I've got this left here which was quite blown out. So we got some word from some riders that was blown out, so I was just taking it cautious coming into that bit of woods. And then there's nice ruts forming in these corners here, so you can actually, when you see that, you can let the brakes off and just hook the corner, but every now and again there's some roots or the corner's completely blown out like this one here a little bit. So yeah, it's about just reading it as you ride, because it's so different from practice, especially this stage. We had some rain, like I said, and the roots were really slippery, so I'm kind of getting inside there. And then when I do go outside, I really try and generate speed off the outside of the turn to keep the momentum. So now we're coming into this bit here where I got quite sketchy, so watch closely. Hit this drop here, and then it's just roots. So I had a foot out, I slipped, and I was kind of off the track there, but I managed to pull the bike back on, do a bit of a tripod, and get going relatively quickly. So maybe lost a couple of seconds, but nothing major. Pretty happy to salvage that one. And then here, just trying to hold out of those trees around the jump. Couldn't quite get the line off the jump, but I think it's slower anyway. So then coming down here, running a little bit wide coming out of these woods, but I think you have to, like in the race, you know, you end up using every inch of the track, which is what it's there for. So there's nothing wrong with that. And this bit was quite awkward, lots of bridges, high speed, and all these roots have been exposed since practice. So I was struggling a lot to find traction through here. But you just have to keep going. You know that everyone else is struggling too. So you can see my front wheel just pushing a little bit wide on some of those turns. A couple more little pallet bridges, and then I know we've got an awkward compression coming up right here. So there you go, over that awkward compression and over the bridge. It actually looked alright, but slight pedal up here, and then we get into some more downhill stuff, which is nice. So high speed, I knew I could just kind of let the brakes off for a bit down here and then just check up for this corner. Could have been on the right, but I mean, you want to be on the hard dirt where you can actually get some good braking. So sometimes you've got to sacrifice your line for some better traction. Coming down to this bit, I think I had a foot out there. It's really steep. You just don't want to come off the bike, and then you've got to hook right and not get pushed low into that soft stuff that you saw there. So even on this corner, set up high, a lot of people have been pushing low there and coming off the track. So I was just trying to be safe through these bits. And then here, you're just off the brakes. You're pinballing along this traverse and then up the other side. It's quite scary actually, especially with the wet roots. Like, you know, you're going fast through there, and then high line into here. Could bunny off that rock. I just kept it on the ground, and could have gone high there as well, but at this point I'm getting tired. I'm just trying to stay on a good line, keep the momentum going, not do anything fancy. Sometimes if you do these high lines, you actually end up coming down, falling down low anyway before the corner, and you lose time. So it's a bit of a mixed bag really, like 6 half a dozen. You always see all the different riders taking different lines, so it's just what works for you. But here you can see I'm kind of stalling out in some of these corners, but it's hard not to. There's not really much corner or much catch berm at the end of them. So you do tend to stall out a bit, but I was just giving a couple of pedal strokes out of each one to get back up to speed. Setting up high where I can. If it's too hard to set up high, I don't worry about it. Cut my losses, and I just, you know, focus on pedaling out of the corner rather than setting up high. So now we're just kind of winding our way down through these bits. There's a little bit of a hard bit here. I kind of made a mistake trying to get high there. I unclipped and didn't lose much time, but just wasn't clean riding. And then down to this next bit here. So this is quite scary, like wiggling down these kind of steep little drops off the road there. And now we're not too far away from our road sprint. So big road sprint in this stage, which is so physical. So I managed to set up high, and you really want to get a good line coming off onto the road so you can carry speed, because that's going to carry all the way up the road here. So at this point, not even thinking about anything other than just putting your head down and just really pushing it. And you're just thinking, how am I gonna get my bike to the top of the hill as quick as possible? Good spectators there, and you're dropping off here absolutely smashed. So you just want to, you know, stay on the bike. I was going so slow down this bit, just trying to hook that left there because I knew it was, you know, not the best corner, but still managed to keep a bit of speed and not my worst riding. And then in practice I actually clipped this tree on the left just there, so I was going a little bit slower down the section in the race just to make sure I was clean. Got through it no problems, and then bombing down the straight, and then an awkward off camber right coming back into the woods, but managed that one alright as well. And then this is also off camber just here, kind of coming up this rise and going through here. So you just want to be, attacking, but you got to be kind of tentative, because if you slip out, put a foot down there, you've lost a lot of momentum. And then they've taped some fun grass corners for us through here, which I actually pushed a bit wide in these last two, as you can see. But that's just the way it works when it's racing, you know. They get a bit blown out or some roots get exposed and you can't keep the line you want to. But it's all about improvisation anyway, really. And these are quite fun, these bits they tape through the campground. So you're just kind of doing a bit of a pump track and drop into flat onto some roads and things like that. But it is cool to keep it interesting. It's just a little bit flat. Wouldn't mind a bit more downslope on this stuff. So just holding close to the tape, sprinting through here, see, and then just gapping this bridge here, trying to get the downside, which I did manage to, and carrying that speed across the line. So there you have it, that's my third place run from the pro stage in Loudenvielle. Hope you enjoyed coming on board and checking it out with me, and if you have any questions, make sure you ask in the comments. Cheers!